bras are evil. Bras are patriarchy.
patriarchy.
Burn the bras, but it's too hot. They're on fire anyway. Hello, everyone.
I didn't choose to burn mine, it just happened.
They just spontaneously combusted.
Hello, everyone. It's going great.
This is
Welcome
the vibe for the
to
rest of the stream,
Euphoria.
gang. Strap in.
Welcome to Euphoria. We are gay and we are hot for games by European-based creatives.
So gay.
So hot
So hot.
and so gay. Euphoria is a community dedicated to uplifting and spotlighting the amazing diverse talents of the TTRPG community based here in Europe because US isn't the center of the universe. The sun is aiming here at Europe and it feels like the center of the universe right now under a magnifying glass. Holy moly, I hope everyone is keeping safe. I'm Ida, my pronouns are she and her. I'm a Latinx queer woman of color. I'm based in the Netherlands. I have tan skin, dark eyes, dark hair, and two pigtails, and I'm wearing an off-shoulder lacy thing. Friends, who you?
Me. Hi. I'm Michelle. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a brown-skinned, very sweaty woman of color with long, straight black hair, who is fanning herself with a hand fan with Totoro on it. Very cute. And I'm wearing a black strappy top, which I'm just gonna be real with you. It's a bikini top. I'm wearing a swimsuit on stream. Brackets not sexy. I can't wear real clothes. It's too hot, mate. Hey, who's that over there? Hello.
It me, JC Darcy. My brain no worky. My usual intro has just gone completely out of my head. What am I? I am a white, non-binary, femme-presenting person with mid-length brown hair, big blue headset, round glasses, and a shirt which could have done with an iron. But are you fucking kidding me?
Irons are hot. We're not putting on irons. Honestly, actually, I don't iron my clothes ever. So what am I talking about?
I usually don't. This is just like it's a pale green top. It's very nice. It's very light and summery, but it's that sort of almost like cheeseclothy, linen-y, like somewhere in between, and it's just I touch it and it crinkles. So
Yeah.
why
Why
bother?
even iron it? It's
Why
just gonna
bother?
crease again. It's not worth
Exactly.
the hassle. We're gonna talk about some games. That's games with a Y in it because they're gay. We're gonna talk about some.
Pride.
It's Pride Month. We're going to talk
Happy
about
Pride Month.
some games created by queer creators. Some of them have gay themes. Some of them have themes which are seen through a queer lens. All of them are super gay and super cool and made by Europeans, which is what we love to see.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going first today?
Who is going first so I can do the thing?
You go first.
Okay, I can go first. No, valid, absolutely valid. Let's go.
We planned this today. We didn't just get on 5 minutes to go and go, it's too hot and press.
Normally, we're really organized, and people have to give us credit for that.
It's hot. It really hot. All right. You know what's hot? Girls kissing girls.
Oh my god, yes.
That's hot.
Girl kissing girls. I have here a wonderful anthology of lesbian love mini short story games. It is an anthology called Dama de corazones. It is by many, many authors, and it is published by Shadowlands, based in Spain. You know what? I'll just read out the authors. The autoras are Patricia Buiques, Rea, Agatha Stromgold, Iris Sancho, Isawa Hiromi, Lucia Castellano, Niti Vicky Acevedo, Kaede, Isabel Fernández, Cáutica Eris, Leticia, Profe de Química, Laura Guerrero, Lau, Eugenia, Nirava, Alegría Salvador, Sayuri, Ana, Master del Montón, Mireia Machancoses, Friki Mami, Jess, Lamia Escura, Abie, Ángela Garrido.
But that's quite the selection of sexy Spanish sapphics, but I especially want to hear more about Freaky Mommy.
I love that you put the absolute heaviest Spanish spin on that, and we're going to make a clip of it for sure.
Friki Mami, spelled it like Freaky Mami.
So more about these ladies and the lesbians.
And and who kisses? How do we make the women kiss? Tell us more.
So this game came to attention actually a million years ago because someone responded to us on Blue Sky. Hey, I also make games, and I contributed to this anthology, and this is a lot of games. 15, they call them shadow shots or single shots based on the singular engine here, which I have been explained to is a very simple 2D system called the Garden of Lovers, El Jardín de las Amantes, all feminine grammatically. And it has a series of all these wonderful short stories that I am browsing through in Spanish, based and rooted in queer love. Titles include like the last train to destiny. My dearest true friend. Only ashes were always left. The flea, an easy job. The singer of the tomb, the house of pleasure.
It's also just going to be a clip of mine and Michelle's faces reacting to those.
The Metal Gear Solid like exclamation mark just appears on House of Pleasure.
House of pleasure. Ha llegado el verano y con ello las vacaciones. Un grupo de amigos íntimas acuerdan marcharse juntas a pasar unos días en el parañal de la montaña. So it got hot, and thus come vacations. So a group of intimate lady friends decided to go to a mountainous cabin on retreat. ...
There was only one bed.
There's only one bed, and there were so many intimate gay ladies.
It doesn't say that. That's me filling the trope. Oh my god, they were roommates. Oh my god, there was only one bed.
Who knows how that game might go if you check out this very amazing anthology. I am so proud it exists. I need to find out how to get myself a copy because I think it's only physical copy that I've seen so far. I'm gonna reach out to the author and see if she can they can maybe give me some more tidbits about it just to tease this out. But you're excited, everyone else should be excited. Definitely check out, here we go, Dama de Corazones, published by Shadowlands with a variety of Spanish queer authors.
I just won. We're like, where do we find queer authors? And I just like, they're all in here. They're all every one of them.
Scoop them all up and put them in one anthology. That's amazing.
Love the artwork on the front as well. That's so gay.
Look at all these kissy.
Brain
Yes.
working.
Michelle. See the gay art.
That's what it reduces to. So gay, so hot. Give me some other hot gay games, friends.
Go, Michelle.
Me? Okay. All right. Let's switch gears a bit. I want to talk to you about Dead Air by Fiona Riven of Sleepy Sparrow Games, based in Scotland, UK. This is a very different type of game. This is a post-apocalyptic solo game in which you are in Strathclyde, which is on the west coast of Scotland, trying to stay alive, survive in this post-apocalyptic world, while also running the emergency broadcast system. I saw this and was immediately like, I have to know more. I have to know more about this game, and I was not disappointed because then I learned that the game is presented as a zine of found documents. So you're here trying to run this radio station at the end of the world, and you're trying to figure out how you're supposed to follow protocol based on these kind of, hopefully you can see these like strange documents that are in the scene with half redacted instructions, and people have scribbled clues on top of them. You have all of these different world building documents that you have to try and pass through. As you play the game, you use a deck of cards to draw prompts for broadcasts and also problems that are going to get thrown up. You start with 3 kind of remits. I think one of the examples that it has here is you have to pretend that England does not exist. You have to reassure people the event will never happen again, which, as a fan of Mitchell and Webb, if anyone remembers those old sketches where they go, we do not talk about the event on the post-apocalyptic game show, it definitely gives me vibes of that, which I love. But then I also love that halfway through the game, a 4th remit lands from the mysterious powers that be above. For example, it might be, you now have to explain that it has happened again.
Help it again.
Yeah, which I love this. Like, there's nothing that inherently, it's not got kissing ladies on the front. That's sad. But I think that there's something about the queer perspective to game design that looks at something which could be tragic and finds something weird and wonderful, hilarious and bizarre about it. I just feel like that's something you see so often with queer creators. It's like a sensibility that comes through in our art over and over again. And I think that Fiona Riven's really got that. She's described it as threads meets the thick of it. So the tragic meets the hilarious and the ridiculous. I just think it's such an interesting and unique idea for a solo game. the idea of you're playing something on your own, but it has a performative element because you're speaking on the radio broadcast. That speaks to me as somebody who's always on. And yeah, I just love how much creative and unusual ideas are in here. It says that you don't have to necessarily know who the powers that be who have put you in charge of this radio station are. You can decide that for yourself. Is it a brutal dictatorship? Is it a contingency government? Is it a fanatical theocracy? It says there's lots of different ways to play this game, but ultimately you are trying to survive and find some kind of humor and connection, reassurance, or at least get through the day in this weird little radio station. I'll also shout out it was edited by Anna Blackwell of Blackwell Games, who we've shouted out many times. So just a real powerhouse of Scottish talent here. So if you're interested in the print edition of this gorgeous zine, that's available via Blackwell Games website. But the digital version is right here on itch. So that is Dead Air by Fiona Riven of Sleepy Sparrow Games, based in Scotland.
Yeah.
Elsie, don't you have the physical edition of it? There it is. I'm jealous.
So pretty.
Me, historical solo game not enjoyer. Like the you were talking about the sort of the aesthetic of it, just that kind of put together little slightly shonky British kind of make do vibe to it, and it really spoke to me. It's every page is different. It is an absolute triumph of graphic design.
It's beautiful.
And it's got so like these. I've got to show this one page off because it just makes me laugh so much. Just some postcards that have been sent in.
Aww.
Good.
This one's addressed to competition. The answer is despondency. Hope I win the medicine.
That the idea that even after the apocalypse, there will still be people who write into the radio station. Like, of course there will.
Of course there will. Even though is there a postal service? Who knows? One of these postcards has been stamped with a bloody thumbprint with just a 20p piece. Like,
it's so good.
It's made to the station. Anyway, yes.
Yeah, well, I said it's available on Blackwell Games website. I might have to get myself a print edition. It's such a cool zine. Like,
it's very cool.
But yeah.
I love it when people have their inside jokes, but then they start taking it seriously, and then it just grows. When you mentioned that, the incident does not exist, reminded me immediately of the weird joke that Bielefeld in Germany doesn't exist. It's a town. It's just a town. It exists. There's nothing particularly grandiose about it. But it's been a long-running joke that it does not exist. It doesn't there. You're hallucinating. Even Angela Merkel, former Angela Merkel was like, blah, 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 Bielefeld, if it exists at all. It's there, or does it?
Do you want conspiracy theorists? Because that's how you get conspiracy theorists.
I love this. I think there's like a contingent of flat earthers who say that Australia doesn't exist. So,
moving swiftly onwards. People who have got their heads screwed onto their shoulders.
All right, let's go to Darcy's screen.
We always yell out Fabian Blake because why wouldn't you? An incredible human being and just one of the most fucking prolific game designers. Have you ever been on his like itch page and just scrolled? Because you can scroll and scroll and scroll. He's made so many games. And some of them I'm familiar with and some that I'm not. We posted on Blue Sky, we were like, hey, tell us about a game that we should shout about. We're TTRPG creators we love. And Fabian said, this is the one I would love to put some people's eyes on. So this is Tonight We Dance by Fabian Blake, who is a Roma creator based in the UK. And it's just, look at it. It's they've all done like black and white and dingy and beauty, color, brightness, boldness. It's about dancing. It's about expressing your personality, expressing your identity through music and dance and song. It's just joyful and wonderful. It has tragedy at its core because Fabian accepts and writes about the fact that, you know, acceptance is not always a guarantee. Even in this day and age, acceptance of people's identities can often come with derision or scorn or prejudice, be it, you know, overt or slightly more sinister. But at the end of the day, we are who we are, and we can love and we can celebrate and we can find joy in that. And that is literally the point of the game. You do some collaborative world building and you think about what the world that you exist in looks like, but ultimately it's about your characters and it's about building relationships with one another. You do little vignettes over the course of a single day, and you go and you resolve problems with people that you have relationships with. And then at the end of the day, you just dance. You just leave all those problems behind, and you have a party or a festival or whatever it may be, and you just come together in expression and creativity. And it really sucker punched me when I read it. I don't know if I was just in a place where I needed something like that to exist, which occasionally we all do, but it was just such a clean, clear, really beautiful expression of the struggles, but also the joys of being not necessarily just queer. All sorts of identities can feel these kinds of emotions and require this kind of outlet. Um, and it just really struck me as something beautiful that I'm really glad exists. It's absolutely beautifully illustrated. It's very like these are pages from the game. It's very clearly laid out. It's very accessible and readable and very simple and very, very playable. And I really hope that people watching will go and take a look at it. Go and pick this up and play it and just have some joy. Just go and even if you can't dance, I can't dance. Just go and role play dancing and have some fun with that.
So beautiful.
Right?
I love it. Also, I dispute that you can't dance. Anyone can dance, even if it's just this. Everyone has movement in them. There we go. You're doing it. You're dancing right now.
I'm so white when I dance though, that's the problem. Like I'm that person.
As long as it's just an expression of like however your body needs to physically release joy. We all don't have the same physicality. We all don't have the same uh professional dance
Mm.
training either.
I do play a lot of Just Dance on the Switch, so I can bust out like one or two routines.
We haven't yet beat Saber together, Darcy.
We haven't.
Wait, I
Right.
love that game. Okay.
Yeah,
Next
but
UKGE, that's what's gonna be in the Airbnb.
Hell yeah.
oof,
Hell yeah.
oof. That might get dangerous and it'll get not, as long as it's not this weather because it's not okay.
Oh no.
No,
No.
no.
It's just not okay.
Shoulder shimmies are the most dancing I'm gonna do in this weather. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I have literally broken a sweat just doing this.
We're breaking
I
his
love
sweat
the
just
sound of the wedding moves.
I'm literally Uncle Wanker at the wedding, like
They're the best uncles.
Moving on.
moving swiftly on from Peter Kay references that Michelle doesn't get, apparently.
All right. I have another game. Where am I? There we go. I have a game.
Tell us about the game.
It's called Closet
Ah.
by Paco Garcia, an awareness raising game for straight people. Paco Garcia is a person of Roma descent who's based in Spain. And if perhaps you saw earlier this month, I got a chance to talk to Paco about this game and about the amazing advocacy work that Paco does and Paco's love for all things TTRPG and board games as well, gallivanting all across Europe with exciting vigor. We both love the similar types of games. And unfortunately, I'm just going to miss him. I'm going to be going to Barcelona actually in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but the dates don't align. He's actually out of the city that week. So, boo. We talked about closets. And if you didn't catch the talk I had with Paco, Paco is a gay man who understood that his coming out, who had a moment where he realized what being in the closet meant to him and how life played differently as someone coming out of the closet. What a closet means for someone is very individual, and what coming out means is also very individual. The circumstances under which someone comes out is also very different. Whereas you're in a big city, small city, whether you're a POC or not, whether you're mass presenting or fan presenting, also make really huge differences. And Paco decided to distill a lot of that, his personal experience, into this game with the explicit goal of helping people who are straight, who identify as straight, to very carefully and with a lot of nuance and hopefully with a lot of consent, try to take a step in those very unique shoes to them. This game is not necessarily all happiness. there are some very darker themes that can be experienced by people who might experience certain times, certain themes in the closet as well. There are also moments of genuine joy and pride and self happiness and self affirmation, but it's always sort of layered with challenges. And even though it is a game that explores joys and challenges, Paco has dedicated the sale of this game entirely to an organization, It Gets Better Spain, that helps make things better for queer people, especially young people who aren't accepted by their families, who might be temporarily without a place to live, who need extra assistance and validation of who they are. So it's a way of demonstrating resilience and strength by telling this story that is also actively making a difference in queer people's lives. And I highly encourage that you go check it out. Check out the talk I did with Paco. He's a wonderful being, and I think we should talk to him a lot more. So definitely check out Closet and Aware Raising Game for Straight People by Paco Garcia, based in Spain.
I love that he's like donating the proceeds. I love that Paco has such like a holistic approach to what awareness raising and education is, and the different ways to like bring in activism into the things you do. Definitely check out the interview that Ida had. It's a really, really interesting chat, and this game sounds so lovely. I definitely need to check it out. Just could listen to you talking about it for longer. Really lovely. Shall I switch gears once again?
Let's switch
Love
the
it.
gears.
Let's talk about some potentially murderous sexy mermaids.
Hello? Hi?
This game is Blood and Foam. It's by Vika Ruskica of Voidship Press. Vika is an Argentinian person who is currently based in Italy, and has created another solo game. I'm bringing solo games today. Apparently, this game is all about being a mermaid who has lived their entire life at the bed of the ocean, and now is the time that you are going to travel up to the land. It is a very dark game that explores themes of womanhood. It explores themes of the rejections and the difficulties that women still face when they go out into the world and grow up. And it explores the rage and violence that can be cultivated by the mistreatment that women face. It seems like a really personal game, but at the same time, like I have this game, I've gone through it myself, it still resonated in a huge way. And I think that even people who are not women, you can understand through playing this. You can put yourselves in those shoes, in those fins, playing Blood and Foam. It's a really straightforward, simple game. I just want to flag this: a foreword on safety. We love to see it. I think sometimes in the solo game world, we think, oh, you don't have to worry about safety, it's just you playing. But no, this game does come with content warnings and says your well-being should always come first. Very good point. This game deals with some dark themes. But essentially, you just play with a deck of cards. You tell a story. It's a little storytelling game. You have a little bit of a prompt. What happens, it asks, and then you're going to draw a card, and depending on which of the four suits it is, you're going to get a prompt to answer that question. And then you're going to tell the next part of the story, get to the next question, and pull a card, see what suit it is. That's all it is. So you've always got four options for what's going to happen until you get to the very last question in the game, which is when you have to make the choice yourself. And I love that. Like thematically, that's a beautiful piece of design. That, you know, you can play off the idea that maybe like it's fate, like deciding what happens and what I do, but ultimately you have to make your own choice of how you're going to end the story. And it could end with some blood and foam. I love this. It is dark, definitely, for sure. But sometimes we make games to explore the darker parts of our experiences, and I just love what Vika's done here. I'll also just mention there are these 4 illustrations you can get on itch if you want to add a little extra payment on top. There's one for that corresponds to each suit as well. You know, this one's got the clubs there. So you could also use the illustrations as your deck and just pick one of the 4 and see which one you get to play through the game. So those are really lovely as well. And another thing I thought this was really cool that Vika did on the itch page, hopefully you can see this. They did a breakdown of how much it costs to make the game, which is so clever. saying like, here's how many words it is. So at like, a standard rate, the writing would cost this, the editing, the layout, blah, blah, blah. So this is how many copies I'd have to sell to actually make enough money to pay what it's actually worth. I thought that was a really, really cool thing to see, and an idea that I might shamelessly steal. I see that Vic has credited the person that they got it from, and I might do the same thing and also copy this idea, because I think as creators, often as artists, people do a lot of free labor because they do it because they love it, and that matters and that's valid. But we also still have to strive under capitalism. So I think it's a really interesting idea to actually talk about the cost of this game. There's a little playlist on the itch page that you can listen to get you into the vibes while you play. And yeah, I just really recommend this game. I really enjoyed going through it. Oh, and also, we mentioned Fabian Blake already. Fabian has put together a bundle called the Sky and Earth bundle for Romani Mutual Aid. And this game, Blood and Foam, is in that bundle. So if you're interested, go check it out. I think the minimum to get the whole bundle of like something like 78 games is $5. It's nothing. You can get so many good games, and the money is going towards supporting Roma people in Bulgaria who are currently experiencing unstable housing situations. So Fabian's put together that bundle to support people in that community who need a little bit of extra help, and you can support that little bit of extra help by getting some really cool games, including Blood and Foam by Vika Raskica of Voidship Press, who is based in Italy.
Lovely. Lovely. And you mentioned mermaids, and I had a moment just imagining, like, oh, nice, cool sea foamy splashes
Would that be nice?
under
Would that
the
be nice?
currents. Nice, cooling seaweed. The only time I will accept seaweed dropping on my leg would be like right now.
I'd allow it. I'd allow the seaweed. I won't, because we're all gonna melt if I stay here for 2 hours ranting about how I believe that mermaids and siren lore is inherently linked to the queer experience. But I just think it is. I think that the idea of a beautiful thing that sings is a threat to you because of how you respond to it is a very interesting idea. And I think there's a reason that so many women, even from a very young age, even as girls, identify with that concept. And I think as queer people, again, being a beautiful thing that is created as monstrous because of how you react to that beauty. Just, I feel the vibes. I feel the vibes with mermaid games. I think there's a reason that we monsters as queer people.
Either got to be a Euphoria Con 2027 talk or a Clever Clogs presentation.
It could be
One of
either,
two.
depending on just how ranty a mood I'm in, I think.
Wait, no, what's her name? The Sirens game.
Oh, Wingshan with the Siren's Oath.
Yeah.
There's your panel.
There you
There's your
go.
panel.
Hey, check out the actual play of Siren's Oath on Euphoria that was recorded live at Tate Britain. That was cool. We enjoyed being very angry and very gay mermaids in that game too.
It was a very queer game, wasn't it? It was a very queer table. Yeah.
Extremely.
Good stuff.
But yeah, thanks for letting me have my mini rant about mermaids. Perhaps we'll expand it sometime.
Yeah, please
I have
do.
many thoughts.
Who is next? I lost count.
It's me, I believe. I've got a small child yelling outside of my room, so I'm sorry if that.
Or would you like me to go next?
Yeah, do you want to go? And I'll see if I can just shivvy that away from my.
Just shoo the cry.
Let's remove this child.
I'll go next in the meantime. It's all right, friend. Hey, we have the flexibility, we have protocols, and we sort of baked it into the foundations. That's why it's not like extra work. It's just built in, and we're really good at it.
It was taken care of in my absence, so it's all good.
Oh, wow, excellent. But now you can have a moment to just like breathe, because I'll just go through this quickly. I am talking about No Dessert for the Dead, a Brindlewood Bay mystery written by Jen Vaughn, who is based in France. This is actually the game we did an actual play of earlier this year, back in January, when it was nice and cool. Jen Vaughn, based in France, is an amazing writer and created the module for Brindlewood Bay, which is a game where you as players are older people, grannies, who are called the Murder Mavens. You're part of a book club who likes reading about murder mysteries. And then you are called upon by the incompetent police to actually solve murders, because you are the next most qualified people to do so. So Jen created a town in fictional France and has added a lot of cultural touchstones, which is wonderful based on her experience living there, of course. Um, the NPCs were we had like various queer ones as well. And I also want to shout out that after running this game for us and having a great time, Jen invited the cast to actually provide additional written content and paid them for that work. So further supporting other queer creatives in there as well. So you see this additional perspective from people who have European experiences or the international experience sort of brought into this world and meshed in beautifully by Jen. Jen her, themselves is a also an artist, does all the graphic work. You may have also seen their work on other games as well from friends in the community. As everything you need to run the adventure, you still need to have the original Brindlewood game yourself, but you can check out the AP if you want more ideas on how that is run in a more technical point of view. So it includes locations, includes suspects, includes clues that you can lead your murder mavens to solve. It was a lot of fun, and I do hope you check out No Dessert for the Dead, a Brindlewood Bay mystery by Jen Vaughn, who is based in France.
I love that AP. That was so much fun.
You're so cute.
And Jen
So
is just
cute.
Jen Born, pillar
Yeah,
of the community.
yeah.
Extremely talented designer and artist, but also never misses an opportunity to uplift others. Never misses an opportunity to say, "Hey, I know somebody who might be good for that. I'm going to make that connection. I'm going to reach out to that person and love them for that." They really like encapsulate that idea of like not pulling the ladder up behind you, but reaching down
Mm,
and inviting more people to come with you on the journey. So always all the time in the world for Jen's work, but also it's just really good work. So they have the double whammy of being extremely talented and great. So definitely check it out. And also, there is now a French translation of Brindlewood Bay. So if you're French speaking, if you're francophone and you want to play with French friends, you could then have this little module to play in France, which I think is really cool.
It's great. It's great. Just to hop on the Jen fan train as well, she volunteers a lot. There are people who have ideas
mm.
and then just say like, "Wouldn't it be nice if?" and then they stop. When Jen says, "Wouldn't it be nice if?" "Oh, I'll do that for you." That's the second sentence that they usually bring. And I love people like that who want to help and suggest, but volunteer themselves to do it instead of just like passing the buck and labor on.
Mm.
We love
Huge.
Jen. Buy Jen's stuff. Jen's been doing a really nice thread actually of
Mm.
all the different projects that they've worked on, not just their own projects, but projects including one of my games that Jen illustrated, like all these different games that they've worked on for Pride Month with queer people. So check out Jen Vaughn's Blue Sky as well to get some other cool recommendations of stuff where you can continue the Jen Vaughn experience.
Yeah.
We can drop the link in the chat. There's a link in the chat.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's all right. Cool. I'm gonna talk about a game now. Another flying topic change. We're covering all the sides of the spectrum here, which is one of the joys of Pride, because we're all not a monolith. Queer people, we're all different, and we love loads of different things. News at 11. I like space. I like sci-fi. So, lovely friend of the channel, Megan Ramirez, who is a USian based in the UK. She's ours now. We claim her. You can't have her back, US. Um, is just slowly becoming prolific. Is starting to churn out some really unique, heartfelt, thoughtful games. And I believe this is a new one. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is new. I'm pretty sure we've shouted out Megan's games previously. But she's banger after banger, just keeps putting them out there. And this one tickles several of my fancies. Space, yes. Romance, yes. Doomed romance triple, yes. This is a solo epistolary game where you write a letter to your lover who you are now separated from, who has gone into void space, who has gone on a long interstellar journey, and you may never see them again. And if you do, things are going to be very different. They're going to have aged differently, have lived their lives differently. And this is just about expressing the joys that you have had and the sorrows that maybe you currently feel and your hopes for the future, none of which are queer themes, not at all, through just a really brief kind of writing exercise slash role playing game. It's described as being very short, potentially 30 minutes to an hour. It's just a little trifold game, but beautifully laid out. Love the color palette. Something about purple is very, very gay. don't explain it to me. But yeah, there's like you use a deck of cards. No, you don't use a deck of cards at all. Ignore me. A D20, a D4, and a set of provided prompts. And you write your letter to your lost love, and then send it out into the ether, I suppose. Never to be received. I made myself sad. That's really sad. But yeah, that is Voidship by Megan Ramirez, who is based in the UK. Go and check that one out. Gosh, it's very reasonable. It's just a digital thing at the moment, but it says at the bottom, a limited run of physical copies is planned for the future. We love that for Megan as well.
Dragon me?
Exciting.
Megan, Dragon me?
Dragon Meat. I see it's a trifold. I'm very into games on trifolds at the moment. Very, very lovely and easy to get a hold of and fill your bag with at conventions.
You're thinking about Ida's luggage space. That's very kind of you.
I am.
I think I can bring a roller carry-on this time.
Ooh.
More games for Ida.
More waffles for my friends.
Yes. 2 waffles for me, games for Ida. Everybody wins.
This is
I
the
love this.
euphoria economy.
I'm thinking about that scene in Interstellar, where they've been on the planet where time moves differently, and they come back, and then the one who stayed behind has like aged so much and thought they were going to be alone forever, and like that just gets my heart. Like that idea, like a romance, kind of dealing with like maybe you'll see them again, but they won't be the person
The same.
left.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Huge.
It's
So good.
beautiful. Even I'm remembering like a million years ago, it feels like on Discord, a lot of us shared our wedding photos.
Yes.
And some
That
of
was
them
weird.
were longer ago than others. And I was looking at the facial differences between now and what I know those pieces to be today. And I'm just like, those loves have changed and it's beautiful and they're different. But what will that be in the next 20 years? Will our Discord still be around? Who knows if Discord will still be around? But then I just got like all like feelies, like in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love.
Oh my God.
It will still be around. It will be a mothership module.
Our Discord?
Yeah.
Well,
It'll be
actually, be in the rocket and have gone to space.
Yeah. It'd be run by AIDA.
Oh yes, of course.
She will turn you into jam.
Jam. All right. Let's talk about some straight up gay shit and queer joy.
Hell yeah.
Is this gay?
This
Nah.
might be a little bit gay. This one.
I'm not sure if it's gay or not.
This is Viva la QueerBar by Sandra Dulhoff and Andrea Rick of Plot Bunny Games, based in Germany. This is a GM-less game. Played, you use a 52 card deck to prompt creating together your queer bar. And the people, the staff, and the patrons who frequent this queer bar, and the daily life of running it. It's a little slice of life game about a gay bar. I love this so much. It says that in the description here, it could be anything. It could be a medieval tavern. It could be what does it say here? A cyberpunk underground club, a real world gay bar in a historical setting, a queer bar on a spaceship. Anything you can think of. Which I love because this immediately for me, as somebody who is constantly plagued by the scheduling gremlins, I could see like in your regular game, if you like maybe were struggling to get the whole table together or like someone else, the GM wasn't available, you could play this as a little one shot to like do a little bit of fun. Like let's all go to a queer bar and build a queer bar in our setting for a session. I think that would be so much fun. The game is really written to be very accessible to new players. It uses the Descended from the Queen system, if you're familiar with that. So just card prompts to take you through it. The artwork is all based on real flyers from the 1920s through to more like the modern day from different queer bars around the world. You can tell this game is really trying to, again, we talked about this earlier with what Paco does, trying to educate as well as bring the fun and joy. And they've even included an essay about the history of real world queer bars in the zine. So when you get this game, you also get a little historic essay to learn more about the history of queer bars. This game is by a German publisher, by German creators. It is available in both German and English. We love a bilingual moment. You can get a physical copy, but you can also get it digitally through Itch. And there's some extras you can get on the Plot Bunny website. There are 20 sort of pre-made queer bar settings. So if you're not sure where to start, you can also download some pre-made settings with staff and characters to kind of give you a starting point. I love this. I really, really want to play this one. Yeah, yeah.
Is your bar in a decommissioned mech?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh!
Or it's
Wait,
not decommissioned, the bar travels.
Mm-hmm.
a bar inside a mech bar. I love that. But yeah, I just love that there's information about the history of queer bars, so that you're playing a game about something fun and joyful. Hopefully, I mean, you can take it wherever you want, I suppose, your story, but it's also rooted in something real and a real part of our community and our shared history. Um, for such a long time, these were the spaces where queer people could be together and be who they were and not be entirely free of some of the persecutions of the outside world, but for a little while be a little bit shielded from it by community. And I love that this is a game that explores that and celebrates the real history it's rooted in. I'm absolutely sold on Viva la QueerBar. I also just saw before we started streaming that the podcast Queer RPG, not sure how to say it, but it's spelt like queer, and then the R is also RPG. Um, they just released a podcast of playing Viva la QueerBar. So if you want to hear an AP of the game and get a sense of it, check out Queer RPG. Queer RPG. Oh my god, I've been on it, and I don't even know how to say it. I'm so sorry,
Right.
Kenzie. Kenzie Tartaglione, who runs that podcast, is wonderful and a very, very good GM, and I'm sure is also great at running GMless games with friends. So check that out. Some of our queer friends from the other side of the pond, if you want to hear an AP of this. But this game, you should definitely give it a look. It is Viva la QueerBar by Plot Bunny Games from Germany.
I
Yay.
definitely want to play that one.
We're gonna play it.
Yeah.
We have to play it.
You said it's also like joy, and a queer bar is joy and safe space. I'm originally from New York City. The queer bar is also the place of revolution and literal fighting back and legislative change. It was a place of um, violent growth, like in the metamorphosis manner. Also, unfortunately, the police manner as well. But queer bar can be everything.
Community can be everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
a queer bar can be a place of resistance. A queer bar can be so many things. There's a long history in the UK of trade unionists and the queer community walking hand in hand, because during the miners' strikes under Thatcher, queer people had lots of fundraisers in queer bars to make money to give to support the miners. And just this year, horrible politics stuff. I'll elide over the awfulness of it, but a local council defunded the Pride Festival in a city here in the UK, and trade unions came together and fundraised to raise more money for that Pride Festival than originally they had. So queer bars can be a place to build community and also to build bridges from outside of the community. So love a game that's celebrating that and celebrating that history. Love being
That's
queer, love our community.
100%.
Gay games are so good.
Gay games are so good. Darcy, do you have one more for us?
I don't have a game. I have an upcoming Kickstarter for a game. And I am checking my time. I've got 9 minutes. All right, folks, let's fucking go. 9 minutes.
An hour, so we don't have time.
This is it. This is Atrapos. This is by Soul Muppet Games, who are based in the UK. This is the inevitable Greek game. Atrapos is Greek for inevitable. If you've met me, you've heard me yell about how much I love inevitable. And this is inevitable mechanics with a very, very everything Soul Muppet do is very overtly queer. Very queer, very I mean it's the meme is were you obsessed with Greco-Roman mythology as a kid, or are you straight now? The answer is Greek mythology, let's go. This is a very queer retelling sort of the Odyssey. You are playing as a doomed crew, because that is the point of inevitable. You are doomed. You will not win unless you are incredibly lucky, but you are up against the doom of the gods because you committed hideous war crimes and burnt the city of Aedica, and now you must try and get home and avoid the curse of the gods. Along the way, there's not a huge amount of art on this. This is just a pre-launch. The Kickstarter is coming. It will be here soon. But it is done. The artwork is by I forgot the full name of the artist, Clear Arts, who did all the art for Inevitable, all that beautiful painterly style. And it's just going to be a stunning book, and I can't wait to see it. I have been involved in playtests. I'm looking at running some playtests of my own. It's a massive sprawling hex crawl world full of just characters and plot points, which is my favorite way to GM, to be given those seeds and then throw them at players and see what happens. But all in this sprawling Greek inspired world in the aftermath of a massive war. So it can get quite heavy in some areas. A lot of it is about escaping what you've done or coming to terms with what you've done, and possibly atoning for that as well, convincing the gods that you're sorry and that you will repent and make amends, or embracing it and saying that this needed to be done. I embrace the legend of my story and I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory and people will remember my name. Um, and all of the artwork for all of the major gods exist, and they're all hot. They're all gay and they're all hot. The one playtest that I was in, Zach threw the hottest god at my group and just said, deal with it, deal with mommy. And we all just simped, and it was the best thing ever. So love that about that game. But mechanically, I love the inevitable machine because you'll know you're playing to lose, and we talk a lot about games where you play to lose. It's just a fun thing to do, to throw yourself into the inevitable consequences and not worry about trying to survive or to win or to cheat, just leaning into that narrative inevitability. And the way the mechanics work is that you have to pay a cost every time you want to succeed at any minor challenge, so that by the time that you approach the major challenges and by the time you're standing in front of the gods themselves, you've given up most of what you had, you're spent. And then the only thing that you can possibly use to solve the problem, the cost that you can pay, is your life. And I just love the way that cumulatively builds up over the course of a campaign. And one day I swear I will run a whole campaign of it. I will see it happen. But maybe this is the one. I'm very, very excited to see this happen. I believe the Kickstarter is coming out later this summer. So keep your eye on that. That link, I'll put that link somewhere. I'll probably put it on the socials. I'll put it in chat. Now, you can go and get notified on the launch, sign up for the pre-launch, and then go and back that when it's live. It's Atrapos by Soul Muppet Games, who are based in the UK.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, I want to do a quick plug for our Discord community.
Yes.
We have a channel in there called Creative Corner, where you can share anything creative you're working on. But a lot of people, of course, we are TTRPG nerds, post little updates on games they're working on. And just today, Zach from Soul Muppet popped in the Hex Crawl map that they've been working on. So if you're interested in Atrapos and you're not in our Discord server, you should be. Come and join our Discord community. It's super fun. We'd love to see some humans joining, because Darcy, we've been playing whack-a-mole with bots this week. I don't know why we've been having a bot-heavy week, but they're popping in and we're going, bonk, get out. So
that's such a low bar. Please, humans, join our Discord.
Person who I'm sure, if you're watching this stream, are cool and sexy, possibly queer, but definitely cool. Come and hang out with us and talk TTRPGs and get hyped with us for upcoming games.
Links in the chat.
See you.
Yeah, everyone is welcome. We especially encourage people who are based in Europe, because we're a very based. We are very European.
We are very based.
We're based. We are very gay. We're very hot. It's nice to hear the good mornings, see the good mornings at actual morning times. It's good to see the good evenings. It's good to just have that sense of familiarity and closeness, and the slightest more realistic possibility that when con come, I see face.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It is nice. Really got some lovely friends in there. We have the yappers who yap the most. We have the people who yap a little bit. We have the lurkers who only post occasionally or never at all and are just hanging out in there. They're all very welcome and very happy there. We have our looking for group. I know that there's a game going on right now of people who decided to play a game together and post
instead of watch the stream.
They've got a tab open. Don't worry.
Watch the VOD. That's all I'm saying. But we have some voice channels where people can play games together that they've organized to meet European people. Hey, how many people who play online end up having to play at weird times of day so they can play with Americans? You don't have to with us. We have European time zone community games, and it's super fun.
Yeah, and we have cool channels where we talk about regional conventions, and we organize. Hey, friend, who's going? Hey, friend, let's go into DMs and discuss who's riding with whom, and that's pretty cool too.
And
also cheese.
We do talk about cheese. We post pictures of our pets, most of them lying very still on the ground in this heat. But we boop the pets and we say, I'm glad your pets are doing okay in the heat.
We poop the pets. There's talks about cheese. There's sausage rolls, sandwich talks.
We'll start with the sausage rolls.
Not the sausage rolls again. hey, we're getting towards the point where I'm going to fall over.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, friends. We have a few different Pride themed things going on this month, some of which have already gone. Check out on our YouTube channel Ida's chat with Paco, a really wonderful, interesting chat. Darcy, you've been doing some co-working.
I did nearly 2 hours of actual work on a game that I'm probably going to throw in the bin, but it was all very useful. I started writing a different game instead.
Okay.
So join myself and Steph and Michelle next Monday for a repeat version of that. We write another game and then we probably throw that game in the bin as well, but hopefully not. Just some cozy co-working time. Come and hop on stream. We do the Pomodoro timers and then we have a chat about what we're working on, and then we do more Pomodoro timers. Come and join us for that on Monday the 29th at 7 p.m. BST, 8 p.m. CEST. But before that, Ida's doing something.
Oh gosh, I'm doing it on Friday, the hottest day of the year so far. I'm going to be a kitty cat.
See how you feel. Maybe don't.
I think I'm debating sweet idea. That helps. Because this has one layer too many. And I'm just looking down and I'm just like, they need to be released.
Join us on Friday on OnlyFans. So I'll have to play the cat.
So Ida's going to be in a swimsuit and cat ears. And
I'm going to be playing Cat Crawl by Plat Bunny Games. We're very generous in offering a copy of the game. We're very generous. Speaking of generosity, thank you, Marcus, for gifting the subs here on Twitch.
Oh, thank you.
It was totally not in response to me doing that.
Hey, whatever works.
Also, friends, I want to say that Marcus says a big thank you for the signed postcard from UKGE.
You're welcome, pal.
Hey. You're very welcome, Marcus. I'm glad you're happy.
So join me Friday as I play Cat Crawl by Plat Bunny Games. It is a solo game where I'm a cat in a new place. And I'm confused. And I might knock things over because I'm a cat.
I love it. The range of Plot Bunny games. Viva la QueerBar, but also I'm a confused kitty cat. Help me. Love it. I'm excited for that. Hopefully that will happen. Ida, do look after yourself. If it's too hot to be a kitty cat, maybe we'll postpone that, but hopefully on Friday.
I think it'll be okay. Yeah. I mean, my setup works nice. I'm no longer like boxed in. You don't hear the fan, friends. You don't hear the fan, right?
No.
Very low.
Ah.
I don't. But that might be just because I'm just wafting myself at all times, so I'm good with that. I'm doing like the Beyonce, like the constant wind machine, but I'm not as rich as Beyonce, so I have to power it myself, you know?
Your hair looks wonderful in the window. We are going to probably take cold showers. Not because it's hot, because we're looking at each other and we need to take cold showers. This is pride.
To Motley. Yeah, no, that's what it is. That's what it is. I've just been thinking about Ida's little kitty cat, and I need to go calm down.
Wow. Bye, everybody. It was been fun. It's been nice having a channel on Twitch, but we're done now.
I'm just going to cancel. I'm just going to close the stream.
Goodbye.
That was wonderful. Happy Pride. We love gay games.
Happy Pride. Stay cool. Hydrate and hydrate.